I will demonstrate that virtually every current belief system that delves into the origins and development of humanity is full of untruths and distortions that serve to keep the reality of human origins concealed. Humanity's Extraterrestrial Origins. Arthur David Horn, Ph.D. Arthur David Horn received his Ph.D. degree from Yale University in 1976, majoring in biological anthropology. After graduating, he taught the same subject for 14 years as a professor at Colorado State University. After a great deal of research and reflection, Dr. Horn realized that the belief systems we have been taught regarding the origins of our physical bodies are not true. Rather, they serve an agenda that, for the most part, Western religious institutions and governments have propagated for their own selfish purposes and to control the minds of the masses. Furthermore, there have been instances in which various life forms have appeared simultaneously or in parallel with one another, rather than in a gradual step-by-step fashion, as is usually the case with evolution. These mysterious bursts and simultaneous jumps in evolution cannot be explained by today's scientific theories, including Darwinism. Rather, it's as though an otherworldly force influenced these natural processes by speeding up what would normally take millions of years to unfold. And this applies to the physical bodies we, as spirits, occupy today. Dr. Horn looks back over the sequence of pre-human physical forms that began to appear 4 to 5 million years ago. Once again, there were the same mysterious jumps in form and appearance that sped up the emergence of our current physical bodies. These spurts cannot be explained by current theories of evolution. It appears that off-planet forces sped things up rather than letting nature take its course. The question is, why? The Sumerians. These same sudden jumps in evolutionary time can also be found with past civilizations. For example, the Sumerian civilization, which appeared approximately 5,000 years ago in the area of what we know today as southern Iraq, left us many archaeological remains to study. The Sumerians did not gradually evolve into existence. Rather, their civilization appeared overnight, complete with mathematics, language, irrigation systems, farming, writing, and an extensive knowledge of the heavens. Who helped them with this? The people of Sumer were not primitive bushmen, as we have been led to believe. Amazingly, one of their pictorial drawings shows that the planets in our solar system revolve around the sun, something we discovered just 500 years ago. Furthermore, the Sumerians were aware of the distant planets in our solar system, Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus, which cannot be seen with the naked eye. And they knew that Neptune had water on it. How did they know this? In the same drawing depicting their celestial knowledge, the Sumerians also include a 12th planet in our solar system. Could this be the mysterious Planet X? Zecharia Sitchin. Dr. Horn also goes into detail describing the remarkable research work of Zecharia Sitchin and his interpretations of Sumerian writings and artifacts. Mr. Sitchin's book, The 12th Planet, in its 45th printing and translated into 23 languages, millions of copies sold, tells a very credible story of how the Anunnaki from the 12th planet of Nibiru in our solar system created the forerunners of the Sumerians and then interacted with their descendants more than 5,000 years ago. Below is an ancient Sumerian cylinder seal showing an Anunnaki flying machine. It doesn't end there. Dr. Horn points out that one of the strongest exoteric, meaning non-esoteric, pieces of evidence indicating extraterrestrial visitation and interaction with human affairs comes from the Dogon tribe of West Africa. The Dogon have known for thousands of years that Sirius, the brightest star in the sky, is a double star system. That is, Sirius A, the main star, is visible to the naked eye. However, it has a companion known as Sirius B, which orbits Sirius A and, as a white dwarf, can only be seen with modern-day telescopes. The Dogon also know that the orbit of Sirius B around the Sirius A is elliptical rather than circular. We only discovered this recently. In the oral history of the Dogon that spans thousands of years, they speak of entities from the vicinity of Sirius who visited their ancient ancestors in an airship and taught them many things, including how to live in harmony with their own divine nature. The Ancient Egyptians. Dr. Horn also describes how other civilizations, such as the Egyptians, had a deep connection with the star Sirius and were most likely helped by extraterrestrials from that area of our galaxy. Also, the most important female god of the ancient Egyptians, Isis, was identified with Sirius. The Mayans. The cornerstone of Mayan beliefs and legends is the book, Popol Vuh. It contains a creation story of humans, which is similar to that told by the Sumerians. That is, creator gods came down from the heavens and created mankind to be slaves and serve them. These human-like forms were called figures of wood, who were nothing more than poor servants because they did not possess souls. It is also known that the advanced Mayan civilization that we know of seems to have appeared out of the mist some 3,500 years ago in the jungles of Mexico. Interestingly, it was an elaborately developed culture right from the start. The Mayan artifacts tell us in no uncertain terms that they were master astronomers with an intimate knowledge of the heavens. How did they get this knowledge? Extraterrestrials and humanity. There is a lot more in Dr. Horn's book that makes a coherent, credible case for the argument that planet Earth has been visited time and time again by extraterrestrials from other star systems. Some have visited, stayed for a while, and left. Others have created living things, including human physical bodies, which resemble their own. The author also makes the case that humanity's real origins come from the constellation Lyra, specifically from a star system called Vega. From there, our ancestors branched out to other areas of the galaxy, including the Pleiades. Some of our ancestors made lesser choices and became aggressive and warlike. Others made higher choices and are more spiritually advanced and benevolent. I highly recommend you read Dr. Horn's book. Written in the 1990s, it can be found below in the video description. We will see that both positively oriented and negatively oriented extraterrestrials were involved in the development of humankind from the beginnings of this earth, but that negatively oriented extraterrestrials have largely been in control of the earth for the past several thousand years. The main method negatively oriented extraterrestrials have employed to keep humankind divided and controlled is by distorting and hiding spiritual truths. The main information the regressive extraterrestrials and their human allies have endeavored to keep from humans is that humans are spiritual beings with a tremendous potential of evolving to more loving, blissful experiences. The good news that positively oriented extraterrestrials and other positive entities are trying to help humans expand their consciousness and spiritual understanding to the point where we no longer need to play the victim in the controller-victim game that has been played on Earth for thousands of years. Despite evidence of considerable extraterrestrial influence on this planet, during this time of rapid change, each individual human is ultimately in charge of their own lives, their own reality, especially their own spiritual evolution. It's hard to refute this collective evidence, even though the scientific establishment sweeps it under the rug, as is typically the case when they can't explain things. Finally, the net effect of it all is a constant, ongoing battle between good and evil, whether it is here on this planet or elsewhere. And when one stops and thinks about it, that's what makes the universe go round. Without this struggle between the dark and the light, we would not have an opportunity to grow, learn, and evolve. This is the right time for humanity to wake up, and feel free to share your own truth with us in the comment section.